All right, welcome to this class. In this class, we will talk about glycolysis. I will try to make it very, very simple for you. You get the concept behind it and you can answer any question from this topic, okay? Now, let's start. We have glycolysis. Glycolysis, okay? There are two words there. We have glyco. Glyco here means sweet. And that thing that is sweet is what? Glucose. And we have what? Lysis. Lysis means to what? To split. Okay? Lysis means to what? To split. So simply put, glycolysis means the splitting of glucose. That's what it means. Glycolysis means what? Splitting of glucose. So glucose is a 6-carbon molecule. If I should do glycolysis, I will split it into 2 equal halves, and each half will contain 3 carbon. This 3 carbon is what we call pyruvate. Pyruvate. Okay? So it means that at the end of glycolysis, we should be able to get 2 molecules of what? Pyruvate. 3 carbon each. Okay? Now, why do you want to split glucose? Why do you want to do glycolysis? Because glycolysis simply means you are splitting glucose, right? So the question is, why are you splitting glucose? Okay? Are you getting it now? Why do you want to split glucose? Now, the reason why we do glycolysis is because of what? The cell need what? ATP. That is the major reason for glycolysis. That is the major reason for glycolysis. Because of what? ATP generation. The next question you want to ask me is, how many ATP are we going to get at the end of the day? How many ATP are we going to produce when we do glycolysis? That depends on the type of glycolysis you are doing. It depends on the type of glycolysis that cell is undergoing. Are you getting it now? So, by so doing, we have two types of glycolysis. We have aerobic glycolysis and anaerobic glycolysis. Are you getting it now? So, we have what? Aerobic and anaerobic glycolysis. Okay? So, aerobic glycolysis will produce you how many ATP? 7 ATP. Aerobic glycolysis will produce what? 7 ATP. Anaerobic will produce 2 ATP. These are MCQ questions. Okay? Aerobic glycolysis will produce 7 ATP. Anaerobic glycolysis will produce what? 2 ATP. Alright, so let me try and brief you what I've said so far. I said glycolysis simply means the splitting of glucose into 2 equal halves. Each half is what? Pyruvate. The reason for doing that is because of ATP generation. Okay, now how many ATP can we get? Depend on the type of glycolysis you are talking about. If you are talking about aerobic glycolysis, that will be 7 ATP. And if you are talking about anaerobic glycolysis, that will be 2 ATP. Okay? Now, the next question we want to answer is, where does glycolysis occur? Where does it occur? Okay? Glycolysis occur in all cells, in the cytosol of all cells, or you can say cytoplasm of all cells. But the main point I'm trying to pass across is that all cells does glycolysis, and the particular compartment it occurs is the cytoplasm or the cytosol. Are you getting it now? Okay, so that is the second question we answered. Now the third question we want to answer is, if any cell is about to do glycolysis, if any cell wants to do glycolysis, the first thing for that cell to do is to get the glucose. Let's say we have our red blood cell here. Imagine this is a red blood cell. If this red blood cell, remember I said all cells do glycolysis, okay? If this red blood cell decide to do glycolysis today, the first thing to do is to get glucose. Are you there now? So that you can split it into 2 equal halves. The first thing to do is to get glucose. And you know that glucose is a what? It's a large molecule, meaning that it can't pass through the cell membrane. except you give it a what? A transporter. Are you there now? What am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to say that in order for glucose, which is a large molecule, to enter the cell, it needs a what? A transporter. What am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to say that the next thing we will talk about now will be glucose transporters.